What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Alright, today we got something totally different. I just found this in my basement. It's really creeping me out. And I know most of my viewers are dudes, so if your spouse is around and she is an expert in antique dolls, I could really use your help to see what this is possibly worth. I don't know if this is originally my mother's or my grandmother's, or if this is something that my mother picked up in an antique shop. But regardless, it's old. It's metal. These are all actual metal. This is not plastic. The lock here is broke off. It has different like travel stickers on it. Hotel Clump. Like, are these actual real places? There's definitely some original patina. And wait till you see what's inside. Okay, so the doll, I don't think this is the original blanket. I want to say my daughters might have played with this 20 plus years ago, but the clothes are, let me zoom in a little bit here. Here's the face, eyes open still. The clothes are definitely human made. It's not made by a factory. Stitching's not the greatest. Actually, it's pretty decent. But like these buttons, this type of material here, I mean, it's like heavy. This is like what you have, you buy yourself. Like, this is not cheap, flimsy doll clothing material that we're used to seeing. Let me take the hat off here. The hat is also very old, and I don't think the hair is plastic. I believe this is real hair. It feels like real hair, and like, look at this head. Like, what is that? Almost looks like canvas. So they take like canvas and rope, and then they actually stitch in the hair for the back. So she's got some bald spots here. And then the front, it looks like it's just all one big piece. But let's see how it's like, it's blonde, it's reddish. It's definitely styled or curled. So she's been in there for a long time. And here are let me get a close up of the eyes. So the eyes do work. And let's look really close at the eyelashes to see if they're plastic or if they're also made of real hair. So let's go really close. That was me tilting it. She didn't open her eyes on her own. And that feels like real hair. Now, I don't know if that's horse hair cut down. It's not boar's hair. It's not very grainy. And let's see, she's got a chip here. Teeth. Here's the body. So it's kind of like just a headpiece, and then the arms also have the same type of, I don't know what that is. It's not quite a paper mache. The hands are not very, they're kind of like just the one mold. Here's the bottom of it. Here are the legs. They are, I don't know if that's porcelain. And see if we take a look at the back here. So again, here's the pretty heavy jacket. And I know a lot of times to date the dolls, you have usually look for some sort of maker's mark. So let's take the jacket off. So you guys can get a better look. And here's the back of the neck. The head does swivel, and it does stay in position, so it's not like anything for the swivel is broke. The clothes actually do have real buttons, or I guess snaps. So here's the, ooh, there's a, this thing might have talked or something. What is that? I didn't notice that before. So I don't think they had talking toys back then, but maybe that's how they manufactured it and pumped air back in the day into the actual doll mold itself. It's actually it's definitely canvas, and it's pretty tight. So there's the weaving or the stitching. Let's see if we can get a better look at. So yeah, there's no, I don't see any maker's mark. It almost looks like cardboard, but it's not. So what do you guys think? Does anyone have a doll expert? I'm too lazy to take photos and send this to, there's I guess websites and stuff you can send it to, but I got enough subscribers. One of you guys have to know and date this doll. Is it from the 20s? Is this real hair? Here's some of the original stitching up here. But that's an interesting mark here. Here's the legs. The legs also do move too, so you could have her sit. And you can pose her arms and they do stay. Well, at least this one does. And, ooh, I heard like a squeak. I heard like some kind of squeak here. Very interesting. There's like one of the manufacturer holes, or basically like some of the pins they put down there. Ooh, I might have something here. It says something there. What does that say? Is that a maker's mark? Well, you never would see it. Well, I'm not going to damage this by going further. We'll put her back, and these drawers here, well, here, let's take her out. These are the socks. Like, literally looks like socks you would put on a real kid. So the actual hardware is pretty old. The straps here, these are actual leather. Take a close look at that. And I'm not, like, I don't see any plastic at all. Here's one of the jackets. Again, there's no maker's mark inside. And there's one of the buttons. And it's not destroyed, like it's actually flanged. So very cool. And this is heavy. Like, this is like blanket type material. It's not cheaply made. Here's the inside of the drawer. And this doll came fully loaded with a bunch of clothes. that, again, they're not light. They all seem to be hand sewn. They all have the same similar type of snaps. Here's a rose outfit, a little bit of tear there. Looks like underwear. Looks like a China girl type outfit. I don't know, maybe. There's some pants, matching pants. And here's the original, like, braid. And that's interesting. It's not rubbery, but it's not a plastic that I'm familiar with. But that's definitely some sort of hair snap thingy. And here's a longer dress. And here's some pretty nifty pants, although that might be something that was added later. I don't know, did they wear that kind of stuff? So is this the 30s, 1930s, 1920s? Got a very, very heavy, and none of this stuff really, I mean, it smells old, but nothing smells like moldy or anything. So here's some of the snaps on those. See that? And they work. But again, this is like a hoodie for her. Yeah, it literally is like a cape. So you could tell this is old because there's no holes for the arms. This literally is like a Little Red Riding Hood cape. So, you know, I don't think they wore capes except in the 20s or 30s. So hopefully by looking at some of these clothes, we can date back. See one of the buttons. Zoom in a little bit on that. Is that mother of pearl? I don't know. It's very, very detailed. Seriously, for a doll's dress, like they don't even make buttons like that anymore. Very cool. So somebody had fun, but not too much fun with this back in the day, this actual toy. Look, it's got pajamas. Look, additional socks. I mean, seriously. This doll has more clothes than I've ever seen, and they're nice clothes too. So these are some kind of like nighty outfits. Some shorts here. Some more pant legs, like a pajama top. Look at these old buttons. Wow. Yeah, this is really old. Guys, look at this. Very, very nice. Like they're rounded too. Like they're actually handmade. Look at this one. It's even like not perfect. It's got some defects to it. That might be a shell. That actually might be like shell. Like from an oyster, because they're not, unless they just did a really bad job molding them. All right, and then let's look at the very last drawer here, which is even more clothes. Zoom out here so you guys can see. And I'm being quiet too because my grandson is asleep, so I don't want to wake him up, and I'm in our dining room. But here's another hat with some bows. Another dress. Oops. Another fancier dress here with some, looks like little baby carrots. So look at that, nice detail. And underdress. So let's see, this here, I don't know, that looks, that doesn't kind of match, but maybe it does. Pretty old stuff. Some old pants. So I don't know, guys, I just figured I'd share some history with you, and like I said, if you could ask somebody that looks like a sailor, this is like a sailor's outfit here, I would really appreciate it if you could help me date this. But all the clothes seem to match. They all have very similar buttons. I think it's from the 20s, just based on, I don't know, how the outfits are set up. And like the materials, like why would you use like real clothes on a doll unless it was super old? Because I'm pretty sure like in the 50s they realized like, hey, if we want to make some profit, we're going to have to start using cheaper materials. So, but all these drawers work. It's actually like real wood inside the drawers on the side here. They actually put some real wood there. Like, who does that, right? And, oops, the jacket's pretty thick. And we'll just do a little more detail on the handle. It's not wood, it's not bone, it's definitely, oops, some sort of, and look, it's got literally like, because it was stored like this, so it like patinaed on the bottom. And there's no like actual screws, like where you have like an actual drill to screw something in. This was all basically hammered in. So just like I said, the hardware itself, that's a maker's mark. I don't know, like just the hardware itself looks super 20s. But again, I'm definitely like that's probably real brass. Oh, probably not if it's rusting. I don't know. I don't even know if that's rust. That might be patina. So we'll put her back in here. Let me grab a tape measure too, so I can measure her, because I know that's hard to put in perspective in a video. All right, so she fits perfectly inside here, and the inside is 21.5. So she's definitely 21.5 inches tall. And this trunk is 22 by about 10.5. Let's say 22 by 11 is the size of the trunk. And here's the doll one last time. So I would really appreciate it if anybody could date this doll. Let me know from what year you think this was made. How much do you think this is worth? And here's the foot. I forgot to show the bottom of the foot. But like, this is definitely a handmade toy from a long time ago. And I think it's a piece of historic art. And the fact that her eyes still work is very, very cool. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. What do you think she's worth? And if you can come up with a name for her, that'd be great. And we'll go from there. Talk to you in the next one.